Hey everybody, welcome back to Jerry's World. I like horror. I love horror. Despite how scared I am of watching it, I love horror. So, I found, it was kind of hard to find an analog horror series that I haven't seen Matt Pat try to figure out. So, this one took me a while to find. It's called Children Under the House. I just like horror in general. I don't know why. It's really the only thing I watch when I'm bored. So we're just gonna watch a fucking 1 hour video of children being under a house, and it's not gonna be scary at all. Let's play. Last week I purchased a repossessed storage locker. Inside was an old desk, an outdated computer, and a filing cabinet. The letterhead of a few loose documents read, "The Office of Julia Liu." From what I could find, she was a successful child therapist in Kate's Crossing from the late 70s to early 90s. Her obituary stated that she died on December 18th, 2015. At a glance, this seemed like a typical haul. Typical, if not for the collection of VHS tapes hidden in the false bottom of the desk drawer.
Hey John, $1,000,000 idea. A way to share a video without waiting on the mail. What do you think? Anyway, as I said on the phone, I think this may be the easiest way to get you up to speed on what I'm dealing with here. And before you ask, no, we don't have releases for the family. They refuse to have their likeness involved in any way. However, they did allow me the use of Jessica's drawings. We will need to change their names when we get to the writing stage. Regardless, I think you'll be able to see why I think this will make one hell of a book. So, prior to our first session, each member of the family was given the standard questionnaire. The results are as followed. Regardless, I think you'll be able to see why I think this will make one hell of a book. So, prior to our first session, each member of the family was given the standard questionnaire. The results are as followed. The patient's name is Jessica Daniels. Jessica, or Jess, as she prefers to be called, is 7 years old. Normal birth, no complications, no medical issues. She's intelligent, sweet, friendly, and highly empathetic. The child was born in Houston, Texas, where she never had issues with school or socializing with peers or adults. The family bought the Clark's house. Beautiful house. I love how it's built up on columns. And I'm sure you remember the Clarks from your time here. Sweet old couple. They own that little divey.
I bet that's what he actually looks like.
Drive me to for lunch. What was it? Oh yeah, the Burger Shack. But anyway, according to her mother, Carol, Jess had a particularly tough time adjusting. She didn't notice anything out of the ordinary until the second week. Wednesday night to be exact. They think it was after midnight when Jess ran into her mother's room screaming. She claimed there were people living under the house. Carol dismissed this as a nightmare, but it started happening night after night until Jess finally refused to sleep in her room. She moved the child's bed to her room, but Jess continued to wake up saying the same thing. She could hear people talking under the floor. Carol made sure to note that Jess never had problems sleeping in Houston. Adam, the child's father, fed up with having the child sleeping in the room, devised a simple solution. He brought her under the house, tried to show her that there wasn't anything there. And according to Adam, there wasn't, but Jess was convinced she saw something. The girl got into a ball and screamed until her voice gave out. She's been mute since that day. After a series of tests and multiple second opinions, no physician could find anything wrong. There's nothing hindering the girl from speaking. Therefore, the conclusion is that her condition is mental in nature. The drawings you are seeing are currently her only form of communication. From observations and the questionnaire, I have a few thoughts on the other family members. Carol Daniels. She's the children's primary caregiver. From what I can observe, she's a caring mother. However, she is deeply resentful of her husband, Adam, for forcing them to move from Houston to Kate's Crossing. Adam Daniels is an obvious workaholic. He spends the majority of his time at work. Dean, her brother, typical early teen. He wasn't happy about the move, but seems to be adjusting adequately. Give me a call after you digest this material. Love to talk strategy.
It always starts off with fucking a family moving to another place and them hating the new place. Good news, Miss Daniels. Miss Daniels will allow me to tape record my voice during the sessions. I will splice in Jessica's pictures and give general descriptions and notes when appropriate. Session 1.
Hi, Jess. My name is Miss Julia. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Has your mom or dad told you why you're here?
To talk.
So how about we get to know each other? Would you like that?
Fuck no.
What's your favorite food? Mine's spaghetti.
I don't care. McDonald's fries.
What's your favorite color? I like that one too. Tell me about your family.
Mom cooks and drinks soda. Dad is dadding. Dean talks on the phone a lot. And I'm just here.
Why are you frowning? Okay, so how about you tell me who that is?
Who that? No name, nigga? Really?
Did your mom or your dad get him for you?
No. He belongs to my friend. You know, I have no friend.
That's
Get
very
over
sweet.
yourself.
Tell me more about your friend. I want to make a note here. She stared in the corner of the room as if she was waiting for permission. She then shook her head in the negative. Is someone here, Jess? Is that your friend in the corner? Another note. That clearly looks like a face. It appears that she has an imaginary friend.
Creepy ass imaginary friend.
What's their name? Maybe we could all play together.
Fuck that.
No, she would no longer participate in my questions at this point. Regardless, I thought this was a decent first session. Let's try to talk by the end of next week. So how are you doing today? And what did you do last night?
Watch TV.
Let's play a game. If a genie came out of a bottle and granted you 3 wishes, what would those be?
It's not a game, still a question. I wouldn't reply to that
How
shit
about
either.
I go first then?
Yeah, go first. To eat what I want and not gain a pound. Yeah.
I'm hoping the last one can be true. Want to try?
Okay. Houston.
Are these angels? Is this who you think lives under your house? So you wish they'd leave?
I wish they could.
Let's talk about your friend, okay? Okay, John. Again, the girl stared into the corner of the room almost like she was waiting for permission. Is that your friend? What's their name? Would you tell me their name if I gave you a sucker? How about two? One for you and one for them.
Bribery
Once again,
won't
the
cut
girl
it.
looked into the corner of the room, then shook her head yes.
Oh. Mia? Ugh.
Note, I have to admit, I found that image quite disturbing. However, it isn't the creepiest imaginary friend that I've had drawn for me.
Really?
Does your friend live under the house?
Yes.
How many friends live under the house?
10, maybe more. Well,
Why do you think they're there?
no
Are you
sé.
still scared of them?
No sé.
Would you like them to go away? Note, a picture frame fell off the wall. It was located in the corner of the room she claimed her friend was standing. Needless to say, it gave us both a good jump. Ha ha.
Ha ha. Bitch, be
So,
concerned.
10 imaginary friends. That child has a lot to say, but she's having trouble finding someone to say it to. Most likely the father. For homework, I'm going to try and have Dad ask questions. Mirror what we're doing at home. Alright, John. I look forward to our chat Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
And sorry this tape is a little late, but I think I have rats. Something has snuck into my office and eaten all the candy. Hey John, tomorrow is Jess's appointment, but I had a few thoughts I'd like to share, so forgive me if I start rambling. You and I have seen quite a few disturbing children's drawings. But I must admit, after re-examining this drawing, I feel there is something oddly true about this image. I feel like this drawing is rooted in something the child has seen, perhaps a movie or something on the news. Maybe Dean tried to scare her, or it could be as simple as a scary story. I've even thought that maybe the imaginary children might represent friends she left behind in Houston. Maybe Maya was her best friend.
Or Maya, whatever.
Hey Jess, would you like to play another game? Let's draw a picture of you as an adult.
Okay. Is she a doctor?
Why do you want to be a doctor?
To help people.
And I'm sure you will. That's a very good quality to have. So, what does Maya want to be when she grows up?
Oh shit.
Note, as you might suspect, John, Jess once again became fixated with the same corner of the room. She shook her head in the negative over and over, and the motions became more and more aggressive. And as I was about to stop the young girl, Jess picked up a crayon.
Maya doesn't get to grow up. Well,
Why is that, Jess? Note, I'll be honest, John, I was scared to ask that question. Everybody gets to grow up, Jess.
not if they're dead.
You think Maya is dead?
Yeah. Oh, she died of a car crash. And her body split in two from the car crash. Damn, what the fuck cut her open? Damn.
Why was she in the trunk?
Oh, she was in the trunk? She doesn't remember. But she knows bad people put her there. Wow. Now she lives under the house with her friends.
What can you tell me about her friends?
They are all very sad. Only I can see them.
So, do you play with the other friends?
Fuck no. Some of them. Some of them scare me.
And why is that?
Because they want to hurt me. Wow. And they force me to live under the house.
Does Maya want to hurt you?
No, she protects me. Time's up.
Before you go, Jess, can you do me a favor? For our next session, can you tell me more about your friends? Draw them?
Yes. Why, of course. By the way, they are sorry about eating the candy. Oh.
Note, and I'm sure you will ask, I don't know how she knew I was out of candy. There was a moment she was alone when she first arrived. Maybe she peeked in the desk. That's likely it, or the child is talking to the dead.
See, you made it so simple. It's always a second option, but you just don't ever want to choose the second option to make it easier
Usually
for
my
everybody.
Conversations with Mrs. Daniels don't extend too much beyond the session and pleasantries, but this time I could tell the woman was in distress. She asked quite a few questions about Maya. I, of course, told her that most children have imaginary friends and that I wouldn't worry. She was also very curious about the Clarks and if they had any children. Of course, as far as I know, the Clarks didn't. When I questioned her curiosity, she mentioned that they have found some old toys, such as Jess's bear, a toy truck, and a few other things. Mrs. Daniels also mentioned that Jess has been taking things and hiding them in her room, as well as under the house. I'll have to ask her about this in the next session.
I'll send Adam's homework after I've had a chance to go through the material. Material. I don't expect to be too impressed. Homework. Who else does homework at school and the teachers got mad that I did homework at school even though I'm doing my fucking work? And I don't want, you know what, that's just another thing. Sorry. The following drawings and notes are the results of the homework I gave Adam and Jess. Night 1. Wednesday. How are you doing, sweetie? Oh, Adam. How are you doing, sweetie? Fine, I guess. How's the thing with Dr. Love? Or Lou? Good. I like her. We like her. We? Maya and me. It's Maya and I. Dumbass child. Right, Maya. I forgot. So, are you looking forward to school? Not really. I'm scared kids are going to think I'm weird, 'cause you are. Honey, why would you think that? Because I am. At least she admits it. The first stage of changing is to admit it. I can't talk. and I see ghosts. They're imaginary, not dead. I'm sure Dr. Liu is telling you the same thing. Maya is not real. Oh my god. Here we go. Of course she is. I can see her behind you. You hurt Maya's feelings. Oh, great. Just bring back Dr. Liu. You made them mad. Bring back Dr. Liu. Now I am mad. Fine. Damn, fine. Shit. Fine. Get ready for dinner. Night 2, Thursday. How was your day, Baba? Fun. I thought that was a rat. Genuinely thought. Maya read me a story. What the fuck is that? In the middle? A torch? A light? Blocks? I can't tell what I'm looking at. What's wrong, Dad? Oh, Adam's dad. Okay. You look scared. Go watch TV. I have more work to do. Of course you do. Night 3, Friday. We'll do the questions later. Night 4, Saturday, no homework. Night 5, Sunday, no homework. Night 6, Monday, Carol does the assignment for Adam. Dad had to go work late, so we are going to do the homework, okay? Okay. You think I'll ever hear your voice again? I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes I think about taking you and Dean back to Houston. You can't do that. They will never let me leave. Well, I don't think they'll let any of us leave. Who? Them. I know you've seen them. Ooh. Out of the corner of your eyes. Hear things. Notice things aren't where you left them. They are always there. Who, baby? Get a fucking preacher, bro. The children under the house. Wow. I don't like this one. This one is kind of a little bit freaky. This one's just a squid. Skeleton, probably burned alive. I don't really know what that is. Maya and weird. What the fuck? Whatever. We're their family now. and you can't leave family. Right? With an S.
There is a lot to unpack here. At times, I feel as if she was antagonizing Adam with the drawings, almost like she was trying to push him away just to see if he'd stay. Unfortunately, Adam did just as she expected. Jess probably won't speak until she can finally let this world go and accept that her parents' problems aren't her fault. Speaking of which, I probably should recommend a good marriage counselor for Adam and Carol. Alright, John, I'm looking forward to your thoughts as usual.
Earlier today, Carol stopped by the office unannounced. She handed me a folder of additional drawings by Jess. I could tell that she had been drinking, but it wasn't to the point where I felt it impaired her thinking. The notes included on this tape are from memory. Regardless, I think you will find them worrisome. Conversation. Hello, Dr. Liu. How are you? Fine. Carol, what can I do for you? Did we have an appointment? No, I'm alone here. I feel so damn stupid. I let myself believe it all could be true. I'm not following Carol. I'm sorry. I'm kinda all over the place. A small part of me is relieved. And the other part is just really worried about my little girl. Maybe start at the beginning. Have you looked at the homework? Of course. I let myself believe it, all of it. Jess seems so convinced, so sure. I thought, well, hell, maybe there are dead people living under the house. After all, my kid can't be crazy. Jess isn't crazy. She's just a kid dealing with a lot. I started seeing them too, Dr. Liu. Who do you see? Her friends. I believe in an afterlife. An afterlife. It's not that big of a stretch, right? There are lots of reasons that could cause this. Stress, exhaustion. My son has seen things too. Things he can't explain. He's heard Jess talking to another girl, but always finds her alone. I swear her arms are getting longer and longer. You know that bear of hers, we've thrown it away 12 times. Mr. Bartleby? And it comes back every time. Every single time. You know, I have a colleague I think could help. Maybe you and your husband could benefit from a session. No, I don't need that. I know all of this is just in her head. What happened? I had the whole yard dug up. Every inch. Every tree. Outside the house. And underneath. Police even brought dogs. You know what we found? Nothing. There are no kids under the house. Just a box of toys and a few menus from some old restaurant called the Burger Shack. Oh, it all leads to a murderous restaurant. Thanks for listening. Adam thinks we all lost our minds. It's just good to have someone to talk to. I still need to call the Clarks. See if they want their stuff. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
I am very concerned for Jess as well as her entire family. It's fortunate that she was able to let go of the delusion, but it is concerning how quickly she chose to buy into it. If things continue to deteriorate, we may need child services to step in. Let's speak after you get this. Talk soon, John. Hi, John. It's a few hours before Jess's session, and I just received a phone call that absolutely made my day. Adam called and asked if I had a reference for a marriage counselor. This is an incredible step forward. I'd like to think that it was something I did, but the likelihood is Carol's recent actions have had an effect. Or at least in his own words, it's time to focus on what's important. This gives me a tremendous amount of hope. Even if they can't save their marriage, they may be able to learn how to cope and keep their problems from spilling onto Jess. Note, considering what I have reviewed in the homework and the conversation with Mrs. Daniels, I was surprised to find Jess in such a chipper mood. Hello, Jess. How are you today?
Great. And Maya says hi too.
Oh, hello, Maya. So what's new with you? Note, she opened a manila folder and handed me a note from her dad.
Hey, sweetie, I'm sorry about the last few weeks. I'm sorry about a lot of things. I could do better, and I will do better. For you, your mom, and your brother. I love all of you more than I love myself. And I'm going to start showing it. I'm ready to start believing you, baby. Love, liar.
Note, clearly Adam is turning a corner. I believe this will be very important in getting Jess to start speaking again. This is great, Jess. So is this why you're in such a good mood?
Yep.
Want to know how to turn your viewers into shoppers? It's simple. It's Shopify. My viewers
And Dad wants to take us on a vacation. We might go to the beach. I don't like her G's. Or the mountains. He said Maya can come too. Isn't that great?
Of course it is. Either place sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll keep my fingers crossed for the mountains. Did you have a chance to do the homework?
Yep. Maya helped.
Note, John, I thought I was prepared to see what she wanted to show me. I was wrong.
Maya. Who the fuck is Brad? The bad people gave Maya Mr. The bad people gave me Maya Mr. Bartleby. That's how they stole Maya wishes. That's how they stole her. Maya wishes she didn't leave her family. Shelly? Backwards L's? Oh. Shelly was scared until they gave her some medicine, but it was too much that she woke up under the house. Wendy? Wendy remembers being dead before she died. What? Being dead was supposed to be freedom. But it was another trap, another prison. Boo? Hold up. Being dead before... She remembers being dead before she died. I need someone to make sense of that. I don't really get that. Zach, the boy who burns. Oh. Zach doesn't remember his family. Every day was blurry until the last day. Zach was stuffed in a fireplace. Damn, after his neck broke. Wow. Brad. Oh my god. Brad is the oldest. He was someplace dark for a long time. They forgot him and died. And he died. He thinks his body is still where they left him. Wow. And then there's Mark. With the backwards R. Oh. Mark remembers running, but he didn't get far. The last thing he remembers is a loud bang, and he woke up under the house. Damn, he got shot? I can't even see what that says. Kale? Oh, Kate. Kate is the scariest one under the house. Ooh. She has a hand for every hand that hurt her. Oh, she has a hand for every hand that hurts her.
Note, these images are coming from somewhere. I can't believe all of this is the product of her imagination. A young girl shouldn't be able to recall some of these details. So who are these people?
Not everyone under the house wanted to talk. Most can't remember anything, but they are mad because they want to remember.
Well, thank you for doing this. Will it be okay with you and Maya if I keep these?
Sure.
Thank you. So, Jess, why do you think you stopped speaking?
I traded my voice for eyes. What? They needed me to see, so I needed to give something in order to see. It was only the way I missed them. I needed to give something to get something. It was the only way to see my friends.
So you don't think you'll ever speak again?
Maybe. It depends.
Depends on what?
If they ever get to leave. Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely. You can ask me anything.
Maya says you talked to an imaginary friend too. It's why she knew we could trust you. Who is John? Oh, shit.
John, I've never mentioned your name to Jess or her parents. They know I'm interested in writing about Jess's case, but they don't know that I'm collaborating with another therapist. I need to think about this a little more. I'll get back to you.
They just ended it right there. John.
I know you disagree, but I'm leaving for the library. I have to know if any of this is true. I know you think there's a logical explanation not rooted in the supernatural, but unfortunately I just don't see it. I have never mentioned your name. Your name isn't written anywhere in my office. It's not even on the tapes. And no, I don't edit these videos in the same location I see patients. I've gone over every suggestion you gave me, and none of them line up. Not one. Look at it this way. If I find nothing, this will be your chance to rub it in. Tell me you told me so. God knows it wouldn't be the first time. But if I do find something, then I'm not sure if I'm the right person to help this girl. most of the day, but after going back nearly 10 years, I found what I was looking for.
Police continues to search for Brad Ladry at 8. Wow. The police are looking for any information on Zach Hardy. Parents say he disappeared Friday afternoon while playing in the front yard alone. His mother, Candace Hardy, said, "I went in to get him a glass of water, and by the time I came back, he was gone." Zach's disappearance is just one of many that have plagued the area. Never found. Wendy Peterson was last seen getting into a large white van in Kate's Crossing Park. The witness, her brother Tom Peterson, said, "She was playing with other kids. I figured she'd be safe. There were so many grown-ups just hanging around. I went to go get some snacks from the concession stand, and by the time I came back, she was getting into someone's van." Tom was not able to see the driver or the license plate. If you know anything about Wendy Peterson or the white van in question, please encourage citizens to reach out. Child abductions or serial killer. 15. Kate Jones. Mark Williams. Shelley Cameron. Dozens of children missing across 4 different something. The FBI, the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Department and scores of neighbors and friends are searching for 9-year-old Maya Martinez. She disappeared Saturday at the Kate's Crossing Parish Mall. "We looked away and she was just gone," Miss Martinez said. "We have all hands on deck here," and said Chris Benton, the FBI agent in charge of the investigation. Sad end to the Maya Martinez investigation. An accident leaving 2 dead appears to have also ended the life of Maya Martinez, the young girl who has been missing since Saturday. Her kidnappers, Ralph Kemp and Jared James, both frequent residents of the parish penitentiary, crashed into a light pole late Sunday night. Heavy alcohol use was likely the culprit. The young girl's body was found in the trunk of their vehicle. It is believed that the child was a victim of child trafficking scheme. Autopsy results showed that the girl had high doses of heroin in her system. Damn.
They're all real, John. They were someone's children, someone's babies. But why are they under that house? Why are they drawn to Jess? Did the Clarks see them too? I understand if you want out of this, John. I know you're not that comfortable. Hold on. Hello? Speaking? What? When? I understand. Thank you. John, Adam was just murdered.
Whoa.
Adam's funeral went like you might imagine. I didn't expect the big turnout, though. Apparently, Adam was more popular than I thought. Even the Clarks came to pay their respects. But I suppose Kate's Crossing has always been a friendly place.
Until now.
Poor Adam probably wouldn't agree. Police said it was a carjacking gone wrong, a closed casket funeral. I don't want to know what they mean by gone wrong. I really feel for Carol and the kids. With everything they've already been through, I imagine the situation seems impossible. I just want to help, but I really don't know how. Carol told me in passing that they were moving back to Houston. She said Jess wanted to do one more session before they left. I should be hopeful, but I keep thinking about what she wrote in the homework.
They will never leave me be.
Do I show Carol the articles and beg her to stay, or let them go and hope for the best? And if they do go, how do I help those poor children trapped under the house? It's just too much, John. Too much. I have a week before her session. I'm going to think it over. Note, I've gone back and forth on this, but after the session, I'm going to share the articles with Carol. If it were me, I'd want to know. Hi, Jess. How are you today?
I'm sad, you know?
I know, but that's okay. It's natural to be sad when we lose someone we care about.
I didn't lose him. He was taken.
Oh my God, Jess. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't be seeing something like this.
It's okay. I'm kinda used to it. Crazy.
Is that Shelley in the background?
Yes. She liked following Dad. She said the man in the mask seemed familiar.
Does she know who that is?
No. But she heard his voice before.
Really? Where?
She don't remember.
Can you ask her again? Shelley disappeared a decade ago. That can't be a coincidence.
She's sorry. But she doesn't remember. Just pieces of things.
Jess, I want you to tell your friends that I want to help them, but I need any information they can give me. Can Shelley or Maya ask the others? Anything might help. Note, she started acknowledging people in every direction. I got the uneasy feeling that this room was filled with children.
The fuck are those?
Note, for once the young girl looked in charge. She placed her finger on her lips to silence whoever was speaking. Finally, she pointed across the room, then started writing.
Food. They remember hearing people talking. It was loud, but the medicine kept it quiet. It was dark. All of them remember the dark. Some remember more faces than others. Money. There was always money. The woman was nice. She always brought food. Mark said maybe it was a man. He was nice too. He brought toys.
Thank you, Jess. Everybody. I'll do my best to try and figure this out.
You never told me who John was.
John is a friend. We went to school together. We worked together for a few years. He lives in Florida now with his wife and kid. And what Maya has noticed is that I send him tapes of our conversations. I was hoping he could help me with your case, and we were thinking about writing a book about you and your friends.
So he's not a ghost?
No, not yet anyway. Does this bother you? Or your friends?
Nope. Better not. Maya was hoping to meet a new ghost. Someone that could help them move on or something. You know this is goodbye, right?
Yes, your mom told me that you were going back to Houston.
I'm not going back to Houston.
Why not?
Because I'm going to live under the house. The ones that don't remember will never let me leave.
I'm going to try and talk to your mom, okay?
Thanks, but she's not going to listen. Come visit me if you can.
Like before, the following notes are from memory.
I want to thank you for everything you've done for Jess. It was my pleasure. Look, I want to talk to you about Jess's friends. I was having a bad day, hell of a bad month. I let my imagination get away from me. Miss Daniels, they're real, and I have proof. That can't be true. We dug up the entire yard. We didn't find anything. That's because you weren't looking in the right place. Every name she gave me, I was able to find in the paper. She even knew how Maya perished. Then Jess isn't. Jess's problem is supernatural. Then it's a good thing we're leaving. That's what I wanted to talk about. I was hoping you'd consider staying. Why? I'd like to try and help them, and for that I need Jess. Also, she doesn't think they're going to let her leave. What does that mean? It sounds like a threat. Because it is a threat. According to Jess, it is. Then that's a good enough reason to leave, isn't it? What? Would you want to live with someone threatening your little girl? Nigga, I understand, but this might cause more problems to solve. And then there's other children. Look, I'm sorry about those children. I really am, but I have to worry about my kids first. Thanks for everything. You didn't listen to a word we just said.
Jess's last session was 2 weeks ago. The next day, Carol left with Dean and Jess. They didn't get more than 2 miles away from the house when Jess had a violent seizure. Jess hasn't been the same since. She no longer communicates. She just sits in the corner, blankly staring at the wall. Talk later, John.
Damn, bro.
I'm afraid we're going to lose Jess. Yesterday, she had her 4th seizure. The poor child seems weaker by the day. Every time the phone rings, I'm afraid it's Carol calling me with the worst. The good news is that Jess still communicates. Each morning I find several of her drawings waiting for me in the office. At least, I hope that it's her leaving me drawings.
Oh, man. It's scary where I am. It's like another world here. It's dark and cold. Dad isn't here. Shelly said he moved on. He moved on? What the fuck? Dad reached out, tried to take her along, but something kept her here. Kept Shelly? You tried to... Same thing keeping us all here. They are so confused. Confuzzled. They try to remember but can't. They are stuck in a loop that makes no sense. They only recognize pieces of things. Is this going to happen to me? Tell Mom she can leave. I'll be okay. Tell Mom and Dean I love them.
Jess is not dead yet. There has to be a way to save this girl, a way to get her soul back in her body. But time is running out. I called the Clarks in desperation. I was surprised they moved back to Kate's Crossing. Apparently, RV life didn't suit them. Mrs. Clark probably thought I was crazy. I can't imagine too many people who expect to get a call asking if they've seen ghost children in their home. I gave her Maya's name. Brad, Shelly, Wendy, Mark, all of them. She was clueless. She couldn't recall anything weird ever happening in that house. I must have sounded hopeless. She asked me several times to come by their place, said we could talk over lemonade. I, of course, declined. I just don't have the time. Jess doesn't have the time. This is outside my realm of expertise. I probably should call a priest, but I've always been more comfortable behind a stack of books than kneeling on a pew. The following are the notes I accumulated over 3 days of continuous research. I never would have imagined that there were so many books dedicated to spirits, ghosts, demons, and the afterlife.
Of course there's... Never mind. What creates a ghost? Murder, especially those that remain unsolved. Sometimes the ghost will not move on until the murder is solved. Best hope of ending it? But who could have done this? Number 2, lack of proper burial. Possible. Most of the children have never been found. Number 3, time loops. Ghosts might be stuck in their last moments. Why don't they remember their last moments? Older ghosts may remember less and less of their former lives. But what if they already don't remember? What's left? Is anything left? Emotions? Anger? Possession. Was Jess possessed? Don't demons possess people? Can ghosts possess people? Is that the case here? No. The children are victims too.
What the hell am I missing? I've been racking my head for days. What am I not seeing?
Too many questions. Who could have done this? What is their motive? Connection between the kids? How does Ralph Kemp and Jared James fit in? Were they the killers? Were they others? Heroin? Why are the kids under the Clark's house? Is this location of Jess? Why was Adam killed? Why was the motive? What was the motive? Maybe there's a piece of something in the drawings that I missed. Or maybe in one of the newspapers. Drugs and drug use, effects of heroin can cause a dream-like state. Is that why the children don't remember? Their last moments were a drug-induced dream, a haze. They're reliving that confusion. But why would you do this? They weren't murdered. The children were being trafficked.
It's like
It's
Jess
like-
said, the ghosts
Okay.
only see pieces. They were at the Burger Shack, John.
Those poor kids.
And who do these drawings look like?
The Clarks. Oh!
Oh my God, it was the Clarks. And I've told them everything. I need to go to the police. But who's gonna believe this? The Clarks are one of the most prominent families in Kate's Crossing. And I can't believe that a child's drawings will hold up in a court of law. I need to get Carol and those kids out of that house. And I shudder to think what would have happened if I took Mrs. Clark's offer for lemonade. I'd probably be under that house too. Hello? Really? That's incredible news. Yes, I'll be right over. And Mrs. Daniels, I have a lot to tell you. I don't think we can trust the Clarks, but we'll talk more when I get there. John, Jess woke up, but I'm sure you'll hear about this before you get the tape. I'm dropping this in the mail as I leave for the Daniels. If I or any of us disappear, it was the Clarks. So many thoughts were racing through my mind as I drove to the Daniels home. The Clarks, Adam, the children, Jess. Why was she able to wake up now? What changed? Did I do something? Hell, maybe the ghost let Jess go. Maybe she escaped. Why does this feel too easy? And why is it when you have somewhere to be, you hit every red light? It was like something was telling me to stay away. The moment I walked through the front door, I found Mr. Clark pointing a gun in my face. Jess wasn't awake. I was lured here, and I didn't need to guess why. I knew in my heart that this was my fault. We were all going to die.
Wow.
John, I know you've heard me tell this story a dozen times now, but the following drawings are Jess's account of the event. Although she was unconscious for the majority of the experience, Jess was incredibly accurate.
The Clark's plan was simple. They were going to shoot us and burn that place down. You were supposed to leave after your husband died. Why didn't you leave? We tried, but Jess got sick. We figured kill your husband and we wouldn't have to kill the kids. Now our hands are tied. Jess, I hope you can hear me, because we need your help. We can't leave. Please don't hurt my babies. It doesn't matter. This is on you. What about the other children? Were your hands tied when you kidnapped them? Hurt them? We never hurt a single kid. It was just a business. What the fuck? Tell that to the families you ruined. You might not have pulled the trigger or taken a life, but you sent them on their way. And that makes you worse. You knew what kind of monsters you were feeding them to. As nasty as it is, the money saved us. I'm alive because of it. I'm not apologizing for surviving. What the fuck? Even the devil thinks he's justified. Nigga, That's cute. But I think we heard enough from you. Shoot him, and let's burn this place. Mom, I don't want to die. Close your eyes, baby. It's... Tell me. Tell you what? Do you remember their names?
John, I knew I only had one shot to survive this. I needed the children to remember. The children were in this house with the Clarks for years, and they never made contact. I needed the Clarks to confess, admit to the crime, and if my time being a therapist has taught me anything, people want to validate their actions. You just need to know how to ask.
I remember all their names and faces. You don't forget that. Maya, Mark, Wendy, Shelly, Zach, Brad, Kate, Sue, Wes, June, Linda, Christian, and somebody else. Those little faces behind the cages. We aren't monsters. What the Nobody wants to see a kid cry. That's why you drugged them. Enough! But what I can't figure out is, how do you know those names? We had this place scrubbed. You shouldn't have gotten that from a box of toys. Toys I thought were destroyed. Simple. They told me. Hey Mia, they remember you. Do you remember them? Yes. We remember you now. We remember everything. You took us. Now we take you. No, we're sorry. You just said we weren't apologizing for
The
surviving.
children ripped the Clarks apart, then dragged every piece back into the shadows. They left nothing, not even blood. After that, Jess woke up. The only thing left of the Clarks was their gun and a news story. No one will ever know what they did except us, and they will probably always be remembered as the kindly couple who owned the Burger Shack. But according to Jess, they got what they deserved. It's been 2 weeks since Jess woke up. Carol said things felt different in the home, brighter. She said it felt like a different house. Carol told me they were finally moving back to Houston. Jess had been in a great mood since, but she still has not said a word. Maybe the children took her voice with them.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So how are you today?
Great.
Are you looking forward to moving back to Houston?
Yes, I miss my friends. I wish Dad was coming, but I know he's somewhere watching over us.
I'm sure he is, Jess. Your mom said you still aren't speaking. Have you given it a try? No. Jess just shrugged and smiled. Looks like I got my wish. I got a happy Jess after all. Have you seen Maya or the others?
I got my wish too.
They're free now.
No. John. Her little voice was the sweetest sound I've ever heard. We spent the rest of the session playing old board games. We had a good time, and then after we said goodbye. Like I said, John, this would make one hell of a book, but I don't think it's a book I can write. At least not now. Maybe one day I'll come back to this case. Maybe. Besides, no one will ever believe it. I think it would be better to just let these children rest. Sorry to waste your time, John. We can talk it over when I come down for Thanksgiving.
It's been 10 years
since I've looked at these tapes. I thought about destroying them, but that doesn't feel right. I followed up on Carol, Dean, and Jess. Carol has a job in some accounting firm. She never remarried. Dean went to college. He's studying finance. Jess seems to be happy. She's about to graduate and move to New York for college. Carol says she doesn't remember Maya or the ghost children. Neither her or Dean ever bring it up. And maybe neither should I.
All right, well, that wasn't really scary. It was more like eerie mystery type of vibe. But I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10. I was looking for something that would scare me. But to you three people that are watching me, leave a comment on what I should watch, because it's hard to find shit that I haven't seen before. Tune in for the next video.